Welcome back, trainers, to the third video of how to play Pokemon trading card game. If you have not seen episode 1 or 2, please have a look at those first. I'm trying to keep it in order from beginning to the end. And in today's video, I'm going to cover the final things that have not been covered yet. I'm going to go ahead and talk about trainer cards and special conditions. So guys, let's go ahead and get started. There are 5 different types of trainers. We have the trainer stadium card, trainer item card, trainer supporter card, trainer item tool card, and trainer item aspect. Now let's go ahead and take a look at these. Now, I have already covered the stadium card. Like I mentioned before, it is a trainer card that affects both players, and you place it between you and your opponent. And pretty much both of y'all take advantage of the card or disadvantage, depending on which card is played. Hopefully in my situation, it's to my advantage and disadvantage of my opponent. The next trainer card is a trainer item. This is a switch. Pretty much what this switch card does, it allows me to switch my active Pokemon with one of my bench Pokemon. To me, a very important card, because in order for me to return my active back to my bench, I would have to retreat. But with this card, I get to keep my energy on my active Pokemon and just switch. Next is a trainer supporter card. Now, a trainer supporter card is a powerful card that can do different types of things. For example, here I have a trainer supporter card called Professor Juniper. Unfortunately, she's getting replaced with Professor Sycamore. Still going to do the same thing, but definitely I prefer Professor Juniper. Now, what Professor Juniper does is she allows you to discard your hand, then draw 7 cards. So pretty much effectively giving you a fresh set of cards in your hand. If you take a look at my example here, I have 4 cards in my hand. So pretty much I would add this electric energy to my Thundurus, add Deoxys to my bench, attach the next card I'm going to talk about, a trainer item tool card. Pretty much what these are, they're just like the video game. They're tools that you attach to the Pokemon, and each one does something different. In this example, I have Muscle Band. I attach this to one of my Pokemon, and its attacks do 20 more damage. So pretty much, if I were to attach that to my Thundurus will be hitting for 20 more damage. So if I were to attach that to my Thundurus, now that leaves me with 1 card, Professor Juniper. I use her, I'm able to draw 7 fresh cards. Now, the thing about supporter cards though, since they are extremely powerful, since they are very powerful cards, you're limited to only having or using 1 per turn and only having 4 of a kind. So in my deck of Team Plasma here, I have 4 Professor Junipers, but I'm only able to use 1 per turn. Now, the last card is a trainer item Ace Spec card. Now, an Ace Spec card is an extremely powerful card. So powerful that this breaks the 4 of a kind rule. They're so powerful that you can only have 1 of these in your deck. Now, if I were to rotate the card, you could see there that you can't have more than 1 in your deck. So this Ace Spec here, called Computer Search, allows me to discard 2 cards from my hand. If you can't discard 2 cards, then you can't play this card. Search your deck for a card and put it into your hand. So this is a game changer. Sometimes this can help you find that 1 card you need, that 1 supporter you need, that 1 tool. This helps you find anything you need in your deck. Now, Pokemon trainers, the last part I'm going to talk about are special conditions, okay? Special conditions affect the game greatly, and when I cover them individually, you'll see why. The first thing I'm going to cover is poison. Okay, when your Pokemon is poisoned, you're going to place a poison marker and then add 1 damage per turn. So here we go. Here is your poison marker. If my opponent were to attack my Thundurus with an attack that left him poisoned, I would attach a poison marker to show that he is poisoned. And then between turns, my Thundurus will accumulate damage just like in the game. So my opponent ends his turn. I add 1 damage for the poison. I do my turn. Once I'm done, Thundurus will collect 10 more damage for the poison. Now, the next one, in order for Thundurus to be cured from poison, and this applies to all special conditions, is I either have to use an item card like Full Heal, or retreat him to my bench, or switch to my bench. When your active Pokemon is affected by any of these special conditions I'm about to talk about, the best way to get rid of them is by having them come back to the bench. When your Pokemon that is affected by a special condition is returned to the bench, all special conditions are removed. That is different from the game. In the video game, your Pokemon is returned back or switched with a different Pokemon, but they remain asleep, poisoned, paralyzed, or burned. In the trading card game, it's different. Once they come back to the bench, they are completely healed, but they keep the damage that they occurred. So, if I were to play my switch card, I would switch Thundurus with, let's say, Deoxys. I would remove the poison, but keep the damage. Just like so. Alright, next we're going to talk about burn. Now, when your Pokemon is burned, you're going to place a different type of marker. Just like this. Now, this is not an official burn marker. The official burn marker is actually red and has a bandage on it. For this example, I'm just using the backside of another coin to show what a marker would look. Now, this one works a little bit different. Now, when your Pokemon is burnt, between turns you flip a coin. If heads, your Pokemon will receive no damage. If tails, your Pokemon will receive 20 damage. So let's see what happens. Roll my dice. Heads. Now, if it would have been tails, then Thundurus would receive 20 damage. Now, just like I mentioned before, Thundurus will remain burnt until I get him back to my bench or use a Full Heal item card. Now, let's talk about sleep. When your Pokemon is asleep or attacked by by your opponent, you will be unable to attack or retreat. So what you do is you flip a coin between turns. If heads, you wake up. If tails, you remain asleep. Alright, so there my coin flip was a tails, so my Thundurus will remain asleep. So what you do here is you go ahead and you're going to turn your card so that it is facing to the left, like so. And he will stay asleep during my turn. Now, when your Pokemon is asleep, like I said, you're not going to be able to attack or retreat. So that means Thundurus is stuck there until he wakes up, or I use a switch card to get him out of that particular situation. So this is my only escape. So now, after I'm done with my turn, I will flip another coin. If heads, I wake up. Tails, I stay asleep. So here I got heads. I simply grab my Thundurus and the rest of his cards and turn them upright once again. The next thing we're going to talk about is confusion. When your Pokemon is attacked and is left confused, you will turn the card towards you, just like this. Now, while you're confused, you're still able to retreat and attack. Now, when your Pokemon is confused, before you attack, you flip a coin. If heads, your attack will go through and affect the other Pokemon. If it's tails, your Pokemon will do 30 damage to itself, just like in the video game. Now, Thundurus will stay confused until I either retreat or switch or use a Full Heal item. The next thing I want to talk about, and the last one, is paralysis. Now, when your Pokemon is attacked and left paralyzed, you will turn the Pokemon to the right side. Now, when your Pokemon is paralyzed, you cannot retreat or attack. Now, paralysis is a little different than the other conditions because there is no damage involved. Pretty much when your Pokemon is paralyzed, it's similar to being asleep. You stay paralyzed though for the whole turn. There is no coin flip to get you out of paralysis. So Thundurus will stay in the active spot, paralyzed, unable to retreat or attack unless I use a full heal or a switch card. Now, like I mentioned before, all these attacks only affect the active Pokemon and will end once your Pokemon is returned to the bench or if your Pokemon evolves. So for example, let's say I didn't have a Thundurus. Let's say I had my Squirtle and he was paralyzed or burnt or confused or asleep. The moment I evolve him into Wartortle, he is no longer affected by any condition and will return back upright. So there you have it, Pokemon trainers. That concludes my how to play Pokemon trading card game video series. In the next video, we'll actually do some gameplay for you. I'm going to go visit one of the local Pokemon leagues here in San Diego and actually record a game so y'all can see how all this goes together. And at the end, we'll actually show you how you could register at a local Pokemon league so that you can start earning points. I do like to play Pokemon competitively, and so does my daughter Leonore. Hopefully our goal for this year is to go to a big time tournament, hopefully the Nationals one day, but we got to start somewhere. So I hope this video helps you out. I highly encourage you guys to go give this game a try. If for some reason you do not have a collection quite yet, you could always visit a local Walmart, Target, or Toys R Us, and they do have some decks already created, and you can purchase those and use those at a Pokemon League. Again, try to look for the ones that say X and Y on it. Those are the most recent and current rotations out there. If you are looking for a Pokemon League in your local area, the best place to go is to Pokemon.com. Once you're at Pokemon.com, look for the tab that says Attend Events. And once you click on that tab, just go ahead and find an event, put in your city, state, and zip code. And that should help you locate a local Pokemon League. They are free to go to. Just grab your deck, grab your cards, and go and have some fun, guys. Again, my name is Marty, and this channel is called Pokemon Battle City. Leave me a like on this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. I do plan on doing some Meet the Player series where I talk to local players, get their insight on the trading card game, and see what kind of decks they're running with. That way I can help you guys find some good ideas. Later on in the series, I will do a profile myself. That way you can guys kind of see how my deck runs. So guys, it's been a blast, and I hope to see y'all soon. Marty, out.